All right, guys, welcome back to Green Dot Defense and Awareness Training. We're just doing a little update video here for the EDC. This is the P365 X-Macro. I have been in touch with the good people at Cyelee Cat Optics, and it looks like I'm going to have to send this back to them because we're getting a little bit of a, man, that's a dusty lens. We're getting a little bit of a disruption while we're shooting. That dot is turning off and on due to the impact. So we're going to send that back, and while we're waiting for this to come back to us, we are going to install this slightly less expensive Cyelee Cat for the time being. And this is something else that has shake awake. It is the MRST footprint. It is fully submersible. It's, it's got many of the benefits, and one detriment that I did not identify before purchasing this, and that detriment would be that it has a bottom mounted battery. Ooh, stinger. That's one of the main things that I look for, is the ability to change the battery without having to take off the optic. So swing and a miss on my part. Can't really blame Cyelee for that. I do like the rear sights integrated into it. So we're going to take a look at this. Things are a little busy on my side, so I'm going to be a little hesitant to switch this out until I'm actually able to get to the range and get this thing on zero before sending this optic back. So that's going to be a work in progress. And while I was at the range today qualifying one of my good friends for his concealed carry, we ran into this dandy looking little situation here from Tyrant CNC. So it is a very similar footprint here. It's a full length handle, right? But it is the abbreviated stock. So let me just go ahead and take this thing out of the paper before we go any further. There we go. So it's green, big plus, because you know me. It's got a very, kind of basic, front end there, a little bit of a swell there, not too much. I think this one here actually has more of a swell, but we'll check that out. It does come with a little backstrap there. It does come installed with a mag release, so that's a good thing, and it feels good in the hand. I like it. It's just nestles right in there the way it's supposed to. Somewhat aggressive texture at the bottom. It's really kind of smooth back down here. It's got a reasonable undercut there. I don't know if that quite qualifies as a double undercut, but yeah, I mean that peaks out right there pretty much between where your hands meet. So that's cool. That works. Yeah, that feels right. So let me go ahead and put this thing on. I forgot to show clear here before you guys yell at me in the comments there. That's always been boot. See straight through. Boop. Nothing there. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so there we go. FCU's inside, and that's yeah. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Ooh wee, ooh wee. So yeah, yeah, I think that just that part right there just kind of took it back out, right? So yeah, time to send this back for sure. But yeah, this feels nice. It really feels nice. Doesn't have any of those little Icarus bells and whistles that you like to have access to, but it does have a rail for the light, so we can't put the light on there. It's got reasonable texture, and I think Tyrant kind of put out a pretty quality piece there. I mean, I didn't. Oh, you know what? I never did try the backstrap. Let me change the backstrap. Let me see what that looks like. Okay, so this is a little different. So taking this off, I had a couple of little tabs in there to lock it in. All right. So that works. And then under here, you got this little square nut that kind of fits down in there. It's really small though. There we go. And then once you push this back up against the back end of that with that little square nut in place, this screws into there and catches that little square nut and locks the backstrap in place. So that's a nice little bit of ingenuity there. So we'll just drop that into this one and see if I can not show too much here because of the guidelines and regulations and restrictions and such. Give me a second. Yeah, yes. Don't want to be the one to show you guys how to screw in a screw. That would not be good for me. Oh, okay. That actually, you know what's funny is that I couldn't really see the difference between that one and this one, but I can certainly feel it. I'm typically not a fan of the palm swell, but I do like this one. I do like that one. That's okay. No, that works. It gives me a little bit more of a cant, more of a cant than I would normally care for. But I'll probably just have to shoot it and see what it is. This is definitely the smaller of the two. This one is the smaller of the two. So yeah, we'll try that out and see what it does. I don't know if I'm going to hold this video until I get back to the range, so maybe I'll just do a part 2 of this one. And by that time, I should have the other Cyelee on here as well. And we can send this puppy back, and you guys can get the update as to how that went. So, cool. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we'll have a part 2 for this reasonably soon. Thanks for coming. Have a good one.